Good morning. We're in the pub, but it's okay. We're having breakfast, which is good, and we're here at the start of quite an exciting day because we are in the Lake District. Specifically, I am at my favourite seat, at my favourite table, in my favourite pub, in my favourite bit of the Lake District, which is my favourite place. And we're here to do some filming to meet my oldest friend, Les, and I'm going to have a great day. And Mark genuinely has breakfast with his cans on. As commutes go, this isn't a bad one. It's my favourite pub in the world, and I've had my breakfast, and now I'm going about 50 yards up the hill to Les's farm. This is all right, this. This is Les's farmyard, and well, it's his farmyard, so it's got ladders, God knows what, piles of wood, baby cows, big piles of what comes out of cows and all of that stuff. But that's not the full story with Les, because that's why I'm here filming today. Farming, but also he's about cars. A massive Riley man. He loves his vintage cars, specifically Riley's. This is his 9. It's actually because of Les that I've got a Riley. It was through a contact. Les's dad was a monumental Riley fan. And they've rebuilt them and driven them for years. This thing gets used regularly. So while I'm up here, we're going to do some filming with Les and his cars. We're going to go out in one of the cars, I hope. And there's some really surprising ones in these barns. One of which he's been building, I believe, and I'll check with him on camera, but I think since we first met, which is 35 years ago, he's still working on it. It's still not running. So we'll have a look at that. So I honestly, as days out filming go, for me, doesn't get much better. Your best mate, your favourite place in the whole world, vintage cars, and it's not actually raining right now. So, well, come with us behind the scenes as we spend a day filming in Buttermere with Les, bit of farming, a lot of cars, and possibly some beer at the end. That's a day out. Every car is different when it comes to rigging it with all the cameras and microphones and stuff. This is a particular challenge because there's not much actual car, but on the Plus, there's lots of bars and things that you can attach stuff to. Is there, Dan? Is it going to be all right?
There's leather straps.
No, they don't generally. That's Mark talking into his microphone to the back, and then Les is going to come on in.
All right, man.
We're going to go out in this. Where are we going to go?
Up the hill.
Up the hill. All right, fair enough.
We'll take it from there, mate.
Are you going to behave?
Yes, of course.
Les grew up here, and he knows the roads.
I do know them.
And you know the width of them.
I do know the width of them, man.
I don't know them because I close my eyes a lot, because sometimes it is, you wouldn't get a fag paper.
Yes, you would. There's always space, rich man.
This is a replica of the race MPH, the actual, the
One
proper
of the
race
3
body.
race MPHs. 2 went to Le Mans.
Yeah.
This one didn't.
Yeah.
Or the original didn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This raced at Brooklands in 34, and then I think it was just dismantled by the factory, and then the car was split up into bits. It was a racing department, and they would have just used the other bits, rehashed them for another car later on.
Well, what's funny, this from an era when there were like huge capacity cars and small capacity cars. This is 1.7.
But I think in Europe, generally, we had fairly small capacity cars. You know, the 1.5 litre in Italy, France and England was pretty normal.
So they rev like merry hell.
Well, not compared to what we see now, no way.
No, you're not going to get 12,000 out.
No.
Right, well, we'll be perfectly okay. I'll have my eyes shut some of the time. I love this car.
You'll be enjoying the scenery.
Yeah,
taking it all in.
enjoy.
You'll even have time to do a little bit of bird spotting. Bring your binoculars, you might see a heron.
I'd like to look at the scenery, but not join it.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see if we can do it.
All right, we'll do that.
This day is gonna be the greatest memory, making history.
what I don't understand completely is, exhilarating and bracing though that was, why we couldn't have gone out in this one. Because it's got a roof. I love the MPH, but the Kestrel would have been warmer. Anyway, we've done that, and it was brilliant. And now we're going to film in Les's workshop and look at a rather special car that he's been building for 30 years. And then after we've done that, the pub. It's as simple as that, the pub. But first, this car. We met each other 130
years ago.
Yes, 130 years ago. Well, I was,
Roundabout
I was 17, so it pretty much is.
Yeah.
And you were, how old are you now?
2 years ago. 148.
Yeah. And Les is a farmer here, and we've been mates ever since. And, well, these are some of your cars.
Yeah.
This is your workshop. I like that you also have a workshop.
Yeah, but most of the tools aren't on the board. They're sort of scattered around in different buildings.
Lost. I used to love it coming up here. So when I was like a kid, coming up here, and I'd have my walking kit on, and there'd always be somebody covered in like Gore-Tex, everything, with those two walking sticks, walking up the hill, and then you'd come mooching the other way with your jeans held up with a bit of billy band and a sheep on it, damp in it. It's just completely.
It's always bloody damp.
They were having an adventure of a lifetime, and you were just picking up a sheep. Why is there such a concentration of Rileys in this funny little area?
No, it's just this family. I don't know. I think just Dad found them and did them up, and they worked, and they liked them, and they were well made, and he just kept them, and then we've all kind of got a bit hooked.
Which is why
that's the only thing.
So touching that at his funeral there was such a procession of Rileys there. Some of which had driven up from Brighton.
I know. Joss came up from Brighton
in a 1930s car. That's pretty bold.
He didn't make it though.
No, he set off from Brighton.
Which was a sterling effort.
He'll be furious. Sorry, Joss. He'll be really cross. Sadly, his car didn't make it.
Yeah, but what a wonderful effort. I love Joss to bits. Now, what a sterling effort to make. Come from Brighton to Buttermere.
Well, that's
fantastic.
About 8 hours or something.
Yeah, and then the 12 Trees came over from Lincolnshire in their 2 Kestrels. That was pretty amazing. Boy, can they drink.
Yeah.
They finished me off.
Everybody finishes.
They're a bad influence, them two.
Are they?
You were.
They're the bad influence.
They were a very bad influence.
Right. Les's biggest claim is that I'm a bad influence on him.
You're a terrible influence.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Every other of your many friends you also claim is a bad influence.
They're not good.
So there's one common factor here.
That my friends are just a bad influence on
you are the bad influence on us.
No, that's not true, Richard.
I've never left this place without a terrible headache.
No.
Right, I want to go to the pub now.
Okay, I've got to go and milk cows, man. Again.
Bugger.
I'll see you in the pub.
That's twice a day you have to work for, sometimes up to 20 minutes.
Get out! It's busy at the minute.
It's not.
It is busy.
Bollocks, all that. Oh,
It is
farmer,
really
I'm going to
busy.
get up in the middle of the night and stay up for 3 days on the trot to go and look at a cow.
Dream on, matey.
Bollocks. In a beautiful piece of circular poetry, I find myself back where I started the day, at my favourite seat, at my favourite table, in my favourite pub, in my favourite place in the world. It's been a blast. I've loved it. I can't really write that one up as work, if I'm honest. But thank you very much for sharing it with me. And if you want to see what it all comes together to be in the show, you can see it. Click the link in the description. Cheers. That's cheesy, but I'm doing it anyway. Probably not the last one of these.